Oh, excuse me. Okay, my hair. I'm way due for a haircut, but I don't want to go to the salon. Uh, so this is what I have, and I thought I would try to part my hair on the other side because Depakote. You see this right here? Way back in the 2000s, I took Depakote and it gave me this bizarre acne here, a little bit here, and and then it left this discoloration, brown. You can't see it so well right now because I'm so grainy and I don't know how to fix it. I've got this really nice laptop and you'd think it would be nicer, or maybe I'm just not doing it right. But anyway, I thought I would try to part my hair on the other side to hide it because I've tried like putting stuff on it and everything, and trying to do my hair the other way didn't work out so well. And I look better without my glasses. Um, so I had to put a headband in, which means it might start hurting. It hurts my head when it gets too long. But enough about my hair. That's trichomoniasis. Um, okay. Whether it's bipolar disorder or medication for bipolar disorder, whatever, I have a very difficult time remembering the date, day of the week. So I have to have a watch that tells me this at a glance. Um, and so I don't want to waste money on buying a new one. I have this one. Um, and it's got right there Friday 31st and the time, and it's fairly big enough and bold enough for me to read, but it's kind of faded and ugly. And um, this is the watch. This was my shelter watch when I worked at the shelter. So right now, there are some very negative connotations related to this watch. So then I thought time when I was in Walmart, I would see what they had. And I found this, and I like it. Um, it looks kind of sci-fi, and I do like my Star Trek. But you have to push the button to get the date. And I don't know, it's kind of manly. um, so it was pretty cheap, but it works. So should I go with the one where I have to push the button to see? Which is what not really I want to see at a glance. So then it's this. And see, like we're talking $15 and $25. But this one's all faded, and every time I look at it, I feel lots of bad emotions. So I want to just get rid of it. um, but no, I'm not liking this one as much because I don't know. Should I go like really all out and get a smartwatch? Try to find a girly replica of this. So, do any of you have that problem where you can't remember the time that, like, you have no sense of time, week, day of the week. Um, I think it started after I had ECT, um, many years ago, because that's also when I lost my sense of direction, and I can't drive anywhere without my Garmin. I mean, really, just about anywhere in my town, I have to use my Garmin. So, there's that. And you can tell that I'm not as doped up as I was in my last video. It's nighttime, and I'm actually supposed to be winding down. But I will be honest in saying that I have felt today that I'm probably in the hypomanic, which is awesome for me right now because for this minute, I was feeling miserable for a week with mixed. And now, but I know that I probably have trouble sleeping. So I have to take all my meds early and maybe add some Benadryl in there and some, I don't know, all those magic tricks, chamomile stuff. Okay, so um, I do have a list of things videos I'm going to make and for you. Um, and I had a list. Okay, so it's like mixed episodes. One of my brothers passing away that I'm not in the mood to do that. I want to do the one about what happened with work. And then um, training my dog. So, because the one for work, what happened, actually I made visual aids. So you get an idea of the players in this. Okay. So, I might have to do this in parts. Anyway, the basic rundown is that in 2010, I went to our veterinarian with our dog for some reason or another, and she whipped out these things about the new animal shelter and you should be a volunteer. So I started volunteering at the animal shelter 2010. 2013, I believe, is when I got hired as a paid employee. The animal care specialist, I took care of their physical and mental well-being and gave meds, gave vaccinations, spoke with the vet, because I have a nursing background, so a lot of the language is in symptoms and stuff are the same, so it worked really well. And I made sure that, all the animals were getting enrichment and mental health stuff for them, mental health and whatnot. And then it wasn't really very long, maybe 2 years maybe, that the manager left and they offered me the position with the understanding that um, I couldn't come in until 10 a.m. because of my medications, and they would not allow me to drive. Um, a couple of other things, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, give it a try. So I was the manager for about 7 years, and all I ever got I had one evaluation where I don't know, I needed to delegate more, but that's only because I don't. In a lot of things, I don't trust anyone else to do it and get it right. So, um, so I was like, yeah, okay. And I mean, it just really wasn't. It's like they were just coming up with things to say because everything else I was doing was great. You know, um, so I disagreed with them on one thing, but that was like a long time ago. Anyway, all I ever got was really good feedback. For example, they see when I started, the vet was the president of the board, and she kept things on track um, without too much emotion, like personalities clashing during board meetings and stuff. She kept everybody in line. And when she moved on from it, as board members came and went, um, the quality of the board just plummeted. Crazy. But anyway, there was one board member that decided to give being president of the board. And if you're wondering what they do, is they help organize fundraisers um, and help with the volunteers and stuff get out in the public and solve some of the, they do the financials and, get together and discuss how they're going to get equipment we need or handle a situation that's come up. So basically, I was middle management in a sort of way. I mean, in the beginning, when I first started, the board members, the volunteers, and the staff were there in the shelter all the time, working their asses off and having a great time doing it. As time went on, the board became less hands-on, expected more of the staff, and the staff can't get it all done. And none of them wanted to take up uh, run the volunteer program, because the one that did do it, she retired from the board, and they were expecting us, and we didn't have time to, do anything except, we'd give them a tour and take their volunteer application. We didn't have time to do follow up and all this jazz. Anyway, let's say things were going in the wrong direction, but this is the incident. She had been on the board for a while before she became president, and this is typical of her. Before this event, on Christmas, she would always give me a card and a gift. And she knew I liked Harry Potter, and she got me a Harry Potter necklace. And I just was like, I just thought she was so great, and she was so easy to talk to, and she's so nice and giving and happy, and we would talk about stuff, and so I consider her in a kind of a friend area, which is always a mistake. So here, this is a typical of what the feedback I would get, like, all the time. I cannot begin to tell you what an amazing person you are and how much I admire you and all you do, and how honored I am to consider you a friend. You are the heart and soul of our shelter, and I admire and appreciate you very much. So, we'll find out a little more about what that's all about. And then there was this little thing where my cat won a photo contest or something. Better take that sticker out, you can see it. And this is from a board member named, and see, you know, I shouldn't use their names, but you know what? Screw them. I doubt they're going to come anywhere near my video, so my vlog. So I don't care. Board member there that sent the card, gave me Christmas gifts and everything, and we did stuff, and that's Terry. And here's Terry. I made all the players a little. Okay. This is Terry. His the stars, because that's how she would portray herself to people. Got little hearts, and she plays Southern Sweet. It's not that at all. It's all an act. Okay. And then this is from Takara. Okay. Now, Takara is kind of hard to figure out because she's scowling and smiling at the same time. And she has a black heart dripping, oozing something. Her eyebrows are both up and down. Because Takara can be smiling at you and plotting your demise at the same time. But I got this from her. Thank you for everything you do for our furry friends at the shelter. You rock. P.S. Enjoy the extra gift. She had this shirt made for me. I'm gonna block out the shelter's name. She made that. You know, because I'm just so great. Alright, so those are a couple of the main players. And so I'm going about my business. And then we board members that were there during this time. You've already met Terry, who is the president of the board. And you've met Takara, who's a fake and phony. And then sorry. Okay, here's Paige. Paige, half the time she's not there and she doesn't say anything, so she's very boring drawing. Amy, she also is hardly ever there unless it was, you know, on the computer. So I actually like her. And then Carol, she was secretary. She just took notes, basically. And she was really good because she would say, okay, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. And she was really good using that tactic. And then there was Tim. No, wait, let me do Chuck first. This is Chuck. As you can see, he's a little bit bigger than the other board members. That's because he's got a big ass head. And he thinks he's hot shit. And he has an issue with control. And you can't control people, except he really does have this person under control. his wife, who is also on the board, even though they have a rule that married couples are not to be on the board at the same time because they did it before and it didn't work out. But no, but as you can see, the wife's a lot smaller and a lot fainter and a little, she just, because all she does is quietly agree with him whenever he opens his mouth. This is Tim. Okay, so Tim is a mini-me to Chuck. Really, he's just an asshole. This guy is abusive. This guy, the other one, he's just an asshole. An asshole is married to a volunteer named Rhonda. Now, see that blue coming down her eyes? This woman cries all the time, and then she picks up favorite dogs, and anytime they have like the slightest little limp or crooked toenail, she like starts sobbing and contacts the vet instead of talking to me, which is the route she's supposed to take. And then we have staff. This is Ashley. She pretends like she doesn't know what the hell's going on, but she knows everything. And she knows everyone in the town, and she knows everything that's going on in the shelter. And she's very good at not letting any of it out. And then we have Tim, who I really liked. He came to work. He worked hard. I liked him. My mom worked there too. She worked hard. And those three of us got along really well. And then here's me. I'm just basic jean shirt, hair. And lastly, oh my gosh, crazy volunteer named Candy. Candy thinks that the vaccine to the coronavirus will have a microchip in it, and we're all going to be microchipped when we get vaccinated. And I'm sorry if you believe this, but I'm trying to describe her as a package. No vaccines for her. She's an anti-vaxxer. And she thought that all of the dogs and cats' behavior problems were a result of our giving them vaccinations. And I asked her if she had ever cared for a dying puppy that has parvo. How many puppies have died on her from parvo? She has vague illnesses and prayed her dog's cancer away. Now, I know I'm not talking nice about people here, but I'm trying to get a picture or an idea for you to understand the tension that might be going on and how difficult it was working with that going on. And there is some anger, but in my next video, I'm going to tell you what went down now that you know who the players